In just a couple of days, precisely on the 13th of January, the continent of Africa will be at a standstill as its finest football stars will congregate in Cote d'Ivoire for the African Cup of Nations, the 31st edition of the biggest football competition on the continent of Africa. And the Super Eagles of Nigeria will be gunning for a fourth Afcon title. The last time they triumphed was in 2013 in South Africa. Will they make it 4 times lucky in Cote d'Ivoire? That's $1 million question, for football fans across the country. With that, I welcome you to another beautiful and exciting edition of Sports Pizza. My name is Edwin Onyebole. We give you nothing but the best on Sports Pizza. Yes, and 2024 has started on a great footing. We have so much in store for you this year, and we ensure and we're telling you that you should ride with us from now to the end of 2024, because what we're going to give you on the show, you won't get it anywhere. I'm not alone in the studio. I have Bolu with me. Before I bring Bolu on board, we'll go on a break. But before we go on a break, let me tell you what we have on the show for you. We're going to do a preview of the Afcon that starts on the 13th of January. Not forgetting that the FA Cup, yes, Arsenal knocked out. It's 1 win in 7 games for the Gunners. In Spain, the Copa del Rey started for the big teams in the Spanish La Liga. And in Italy, what has happened to Napoli? That question will be answered. Maybe Bolu has an answer for Napoli fans. So that's the rundown we have for you on the show today. We'll go on a break. When we come back, we'll kick things off with the Afcon. Welcome back. It is still Sports Pizza. Edwin in the building. Welcome to the show, Bolu.
Yeah, I'm fine. Happy New Year to you, Edwin, and our fans. It's been an amazing 2023, and 2024 is here. We can't just wait for all of the exciting actions in the world of sport.
All right, let's start with the Afcon. It's the biggest football competition on the continent, and 200 million Nigerians are rooting for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. But the feelings amongst the larger amount of populace is that this team doesn't inspire confidence. Do you agree with them, or you think that it is right that the nerves will kick in as we get closer to the Afcon?
Yeah, they've got an opinion to make, and those opinions may be facts based off the couple of games the Super Eagles have played throughout last year, and really to this Afcon that will be happening in Cote d'Ivoire. And you look at the couple of results they've had in the past. It's not really convincing in terms of the performance. The result is there for everyone to see. And with all of this, and you have a very big, a very big tournament in your hands in the African Cup of Nations in Cote d'Ivoire. It's really a difficult task for them as we speak, because it's not as if they're going to be having a different caliber of players playing these games. It's almost 80% of the players that the manager has been using before. So it's going to be a difficult one. But again, when Nigerians are down because Super Eagles are not performing, Super Eagles make spring surprises and give us a good performance.
All right, let's take a look at the Super Eagles of Nigeria. And it's clear that the strength of the team lies in their attack.
Yeah.
Do you think this is enough to take us to the final on the 11th of February and eventually, possibly, lift the title?
I don't think it's enough because you look at the title favorite as well. I think they've got good attacking players. But
by title favorites, who are you talking about?
Yeah, title favorites in Egypt, Senegal, defending champions. You've got Algeria also in between. So you look at they've also got attacking players that they can also be proud of. Yeah, so looking at the favorite, you have Senegal, you have Egypt, and you have Algeria. This set of teams have got quality attacking players, but the bulk of the game will be played in midfield, and that is where we've had scanty numbers. It's not enough. Indeed, is out already of the Super Eagles setup, and this is an experienced player that will do a lot of justice in that midfield. I really don't know how they want to do it. We've got enough strength in attack, but midfield is very much important, and where we are, minimum.
All right, the feelings we're getting from the camp of the Super Eagles is that Francis Uzoho once again will be the man manning the sticks for the Super Eagles of Nigeria. How crucial is he to the Super Eagles? And do you think that now is the time for Jose Peseiro to maybe give the other goalkeepers a chance.
With the way we've seen things, I think Jose Peseiro has said that in his actions that Francis Uzoho is his #1 goalkeeper. You know, it's an important position in the team, and we won't take it lightly. That's why most times fans always come for, you know, the manager and his selection. But you look at I think they had a friendly game, yeah, against Abu Dhabi Academy or so, and he started. And the other goalkeeper, Olorunle Kojo, came in the second half of that game at the weekend. And I think he will still start. It's just for Franzo to be more composed and stand up to his critics.
All right, still with the Super Eagles of Nigeria, before we talk about other countries, ideally, what would be your preferred starting 11? Remember, our first game is against Guinea-Bissau on Sunday, 14th of January.
Yeah, with Kevin Bassey and Shimi Ajayi in the side, we surely start in between, you know, 5 and 6, defensive line, and Olaino and Awazim, or no, Bruno actually, Oyemachi, in the right, in the full-backs position. Then in midfield, in the out, maybe it goes with Frank Oyeka and Alex Joe Aribo, I mean, in midfield. Then in attack, Osimhen, maybe with a 4-4-2 this time, Osimhen, you have Victor Boniface, also Lukman and Samuel Chukwueze.
All right, away from the Super Eagles of Nigeria, remember, we'll give you all of the juicy stories from the Afcon taking place in Cote d'Ivoire. Let's talk about other countries. You did mention Algeria, you talked about Senegal, Egypt as favorites, and in your pecking order from top to bottom, give me your top 5 favorite countries to lift the Afcon title.
Oh, that's really huge and very big. But you look at, I think I'll start with the defending champions because
Senegal.
Yeah, Senegal. They've got the full complement of their squad from the last tournament. Maybe missing on 1 or 2 players due to injury. Sadio Mane is also part of the side. Gueye is also still there with other quality players. Also, the second on the list would be Algeria, who has got young players who have got a lot of quality. They showed it in the qualifier that yes, they can stand up to any team that is growing up. Among the likes is Cape Verde, Ethiopia, and the likes. So you look at, I'll put Egypt in the ranks. Mo Salah surely got the quality among others. Maybe I'll go with Nigeria in 4th place, then in 5th place. It's pretty difficult for me to actually.
No love for the host country, Cote d'Ivoire.
Yeah.
Don't you think that, hey, they're playing at home, partisan crowd, you could spur them on? Yeah,
they've got that advantage in terms of the 12th man, the fans, and the fact that they are playing at home. I'll put them in. Maybe I'll put them in. Yeah.
All right, stars you're looking forward to?
Yeah.
Mohamed Kudus, Mo Salah, Victor Osimhen, of course.
Yeah,
Sergio Mane. What other name comes to mind?
Yeah, a lot of players that could actually spring up. I want Victor Boniface to also spring up in this one.
Yeah, so it's a huge one for the Super Eagles of Nigeria, and we're expecting them to come back with the title. All right, away from the African Cup of Nations, let's quickly touch on the Nigerian Premier Football League. We saw a couple of games over the weekend, and the biggest for me was Lobby Stars picking up their away win. Yeah,
it was biggest game. I didn't see that coming at all. Lobby Stars, they've won a couple of away wins in recent games, and they had to show their quality again that yes, they want to win the title. And great one for them, great one for the team, great one for the manager as well, because they've really been playing away from home this season and they've been doing greatly well. You go away to Ilorin against Kwara United, you pick another win. Good one for them.
All right, also, I wouldn't say a huge result, but we expected it from Enyimba. They defeated Sporting Lagos by 2-0. And Remo Stars left it late against Sunshine Stars, 2-0 also.
Yeah, for Remo Stars, it was surprising because at 89th minute we were like goalless. Like, what exactly is going on? Because Remo Stars want to win the league, and against your Southwest rival, you should be getting all 3 points, because Sunshine are not one of the top teams this season. So they let it late. Olamileko break the goalless affair that we have in that game, and before you know it, they got a red card. he got a red card for, challenging ref, via an altercation with the ball boy, and from there they had to just come back to the pitch and end the game. And before they got the second goal, which was a good one for them. They are top of the log, massive win for them. Good way to start the year.
All right, Shooting Stars defeated Bayelsa United by a lone goal. Niger Tornadoes out-tweeted Heartland 3 goals to 2. That's a 5-goal thriller. Kano Pillars left it late against Plateau United. Game ended 2-1. Aqua United with a huge win against Abia Warriors. Game ended 3-1. While Gombe United defeated Rivers United. Gombe United and Rivers United played out a 1-1 draw. We also had some interesting results on Saturday. And Doma United defeated Katsina United by 2 goals to 0, while Bender United recorded a similar scoreline, defeating Rangers by 2 goals to 0. Away from football temporarily, let's tell you that in the world of tennis, Rafael Nadal will be missing in action when the Australian Open starts on the 14th of January. A huge blow for Rafael Nadal, who came back from his long-awaited injury, tried to prove his fitness at the Brisbane Open, but unfortunately for him, injury struck once again. Yeah,
a sad one for Rafael Nadal. A sad one for his fans as well. We were expecting that comeback, and the comeback came when he participated in the Brisbane Open. And with the way he played the last game against Thomas, he was overstretching himself, in my own opinion. And at that point, when he made that interview after he was knocked out of the competition, I felt he might not make it for the Australian Open. It's just so sad that we can't see one of the greats, in tennis play one of the major slams of the year, and the first of the year. Sad one. Hopefully he comes back well.
All right, for the Australian Open starts on the 14th, and all of the biggest tennis stars will converge in Australia. And of course, the favorites for the men is Novak Djokovic, looking for that record 25th Grand Slam singles title that will make him the undisputed champion when it comes to tennis, both for male and for female. And for the ladies, expected Iga Swiatek among the favorites, and Coco Gauff, who won the Auckland Classic title by defeating Elina Svitolina. For Coco Gauff, it was her 7th title in 8 careers WTA singles final. So keep an eye for the 19-year-old American. And before we go on the break, let's tell you that Eddie Hearn, the promoter of Anthony Joshua, has said that his boxer will be facing Francis Ngannou in Saudi Arabia this year, and it promises to be a huge one for both Anthony Joshua and Francis Ngannou. Remember, Francis Ngannou was a former UFC fighter, and he has left the octagon for the rectangular canvas of boxing. All right, we'll go on a break. When we come back, I will switch focus to European football. What has happened to Arsenal? 1 win in 7. Hopes are gradually fading out of the League Cup and also out of the FA Cup. We'll be right back. Don't change the dial. Welcome back. It's still Sports Please. I'm sure you're enjoying all of the actions on the show. Bolu, let's start with Arsenal Football Club. 1 win in 7. A couple of weeks ago, they're sitting pretty much comfortable at the top of the Premier League. Fast forward to the first week in January, they're 4th on the table, 1 point behind Spurs, out of the FA Cup, lost to Liverpool over the weekend, also out of the League Cup. What has gone wrong with Arsenal?
Yeah, I think I'll start with the manager because I think he's inept. It looks like he's lacking experience.
I think that's a bit harsh. For someone who's come in his first half season, won the FA Cup, and gradually is taking them from, I would say, European League team to Champions League team, and also contending for the league title. Okay, maybe, I think that's a bit harsh.
Okay, maybe we want to take it gradually, because I was feeling, with the kind of performance they gave last season, you expect Arsenal to also go for the title again. And, compete till the end of it. And where the inexperience comes in for me is because you started with the likes of Busayo Saka, Martinelli, who are your big star players, helping you reach match day 30 of last season. And this time around, you should have bring in more players that will challenge these players. It feels these players are losing it. They are out of form. They are freezing out. And that is why the result is there for everyone to see 1 win in 7.
Is it a case of the players losing form, or you think it's a goal scoring problem? Because when you look at the statistics, in the last 3 games, they've had 61 shots on goal, and they've barely converted a tenth of that into goals. Yeah,
it's all part of what I'm saying. The goal scoring form is there. If you had gotten an out-and-out striker, or maybe an experienced striker who is better than what they have in the squad, maybe that could have done much better. And again, you look at the wings as well. Maybe Martinelli gets a competition, and Saka, who has played all games, also have a competition. Maybe that could have spurred them, and the zeal and the willingness to actually compete to the end might be there. But all of that has fizzled out at this point.
Do you think Arsenal getting a striker this January transfer window will completely change their fortunes, or you think it runs deeper than just getting a centre forward?
I don't think it runs deeper. I think with the work rate of Odegaard, Busayo Saka, and Martinelli, with a striker, I think they'll be a bit better than where they are right now.
All right, for Liverpool, no Salah, no problem. They flex their muscles. We saw the strength in the squad depth, and right now, with this win at the Emirates, I think a lot of teams will take them seriously as regards the Premier League title.
Yes, because you can really start that game without Mo Salah, who again have been undoubtedly their best player. The performance caused to questions, but you talked about the squad, the depth in squad which they've got. Jota came in and changed the fortune around, got their first goal. They're really a serious team, and they're also contender for the title.
All right, Kevin De Bruyne back from his 4-month injury absence. Of course, what's a Kevin De Bruyne without an assist? Providing an assist for Doku. There's a feeling that City are about to get into that groove, into that mood. And what is the mood? Going on that lengthy run of wins, trying to close the gap between themselves and Liverpool, and eventually land the title. Do you think that's the case, or maybe we are in for a surprise come the end of the season?
I think with Kevin De Bruyne back, it's something they can do. They've done it before. If you look at the bulk of midfield in that City side, he's the most consistent player, and even in the league in the last 5 years. And with him back from injury, looking fresh, got an assist at the weekend. It's something that they can do again. Haaland is still coming back. I think he's still out due to injury, and with having full complement of their squad, I think they've got enough to go through.
All right, away from England, let's tell you that in the Spanish La Liga, no games, but in the Copa del Rey, there were games, there were wins for the heavyweights, Atletico Madrid, Real Madrid, Sevilla, who have been having a difficult time in the league, are through to the next round. Girona also are through to the next round. But in the Italian Serie A, there are serious questions about Napoli. How did they go from that sublime performance we saw from them last season, where they crowned it with the league title, the first in 33 years, to a side who can barely muster draws, not even wins?
Yeah, all of these situations where I saw it coming because you lose.
What did you see?
When you lose a quality manager in Spalletti and you bring in a Mazzari who has been there before, but average.
Before Mazzari, there was Rudy Garcia.
There was Rudy Garcia, yes. So you bring these two managers, they're not, in terms of quality, they are not there. Yeah, when you lose a quality manager in Spalletti, you tend to, the performance tends to drop, and all of that at nosedive. You look at how they've struggled. Kvaratskhelia is out of form. The manager doesn't know what to do. Osimhen, neither here or there. And you look at Lobotka and with Politano, all of those players are really not, getting it. And it just feels the manager is not just there. And with every manager who has been there before, couldn't do anything. No expectations at all.
All right, Napoli are currently 9th on the table, but the interesting battle is at the top of the table. It is Inter Milan and Juventus, both recorded wins over the weekend. Late goals in both fixtures, and Juventus are not going down without a fight, and Inter Milan letting everyone know that, hey, we have the best squad in the Italian Serie A, and therefore we are going to win the league. And special shout out to teams like Bologna, who are punching above their weight. Fiorentina back in the top 4. Milan also holding their own in the Italian Serie A. All right, Bolu, let's switch focus to the January transfer window, where a lot of rumors and some big moves are about to happen. Manchester United are on the verge of agreeing a loan deal with Dortmund for outcasted Jadon Sancho.
Yeah, Jadon Sancho has, has struggled with United, and after the fallout with the manager, he feels as though he's surplus requirement with the from the manager's decision, and with that he just have to move. And going back to the club, going back to Dortmund, where he came from, is good for him.
And this is a huge one from France. There are reports that Paris Saint-Germain forward Kylian Mbappe has agreed a deal in principle to join Real Madrid at the end of the season as a free agent. If this happens, it brings to an end the most protracted transfer in the history of football.
Yeah, it brings to end that move that we've been waiting for. That move that I've been in people's eyes, and people have been talking about it. And good one for Kylian Mbappe. It's something that we've been expecting, and now it's going. If the agreement is being signed, then we will be seeing Kylian Mbappe Real Madrid at the beginning of next season.
And finally, Timo Werner joined Spurs on loan from RB Leipzig.
Yeah, it was a shocking move for me because I didn't expect him to actually join. But you look at Tottenham, I think they are really slack in attack, and Timo Werner will come in and give his own quality.
And that's much we can take on the show. Remember to follow us on our social media platform at Sports Pizza. Also follow and like our YouTube page at Sports Pizza. We'll leave you with our video of the week. Do enjoy. It is from me, Edwin, and Bolu.
Yeah, it's a pleasure.
All right, we'll be back same time next week. Do enjoy. God bless you.